Here's the full script based on the Squid Game Season 3 content you provided. Does Player 246 really die? The shocking truth that changes everything. What if everything you thought you knew about Player 246's fate was completely wrong? The brutal ending of Squid Game Season 2 left millions of fans devastated, watching as Gi-hun appeared to take his final breath after the failed rebellion. But Season 3 just dropped the most mind-blowing revelation that's got everyone questioning what they actually witnessed. The truth about Player 246's survival isn't just shocking, it's the kind of twist that makes you want to rewatch every single moment of his supposed demise. The moment that guard's finger pulled the trigger at the end of Season 2, fans around the world thought they'd witnessed the end of one of the most heartbreaking characters in the series. Gi-hun, the desperate father fighting for his daughter's cancer treatment, seemed to pay the ultimate price for standing up against the games. The rebellion had failed, blood was everywhere, and that devastating final shot appeared to seal his fate forever. Social media exploded with tributes, fan art, and theories about how his death would impact Gi-hun's journey. But here's where things get absolutely insane. None of it was real. Season 3 opens with a scene that completely destroys everything we thought we knew. Player 246 is very much alive, begging for his life as he bleeds from a wound that's nowhere near as fatal as it appeared. The guard's voice cuts through the chaos with chilling precision. Close your eyes and do exactly as we say if you want to live. That bullet didn't hit his heart or any vital organ. It was strategically placed in his abdomen, causing enough blood and drama to sell the illusion of death while keeping him breathing. The entire execution scene was an elaborate performance designed to fool not just the other players, but the audience watching at home. But survival comes with a price that's almost worse than death itself. Gi-hun finds himself dragged into the guard's horrifying organ trafficking operation, marked as eliminated but secretly kept alive for their twisted medical experiments. This is where the show takes an even darker turn, revealing the depths of corruption within the game's infrastructure. The guards aren't just facilitating deadly competitions, they're running an entire black market operation using the bodies of fallen players. Gi-hun becomes trapped in this nightmare, knowing his daughter is still sick and needing treatment while he's stuck in a medical horror show. That's when Noel makes her move, and this is where the story gets absolutely incredible. Soldier 11, who we now know has been watching Gi-hun since their days working together at the amusement park, infiltrates the organ trafficking team with surgical precision. She's not just any guard. She's a North Korean defector with military training, and she's been carrying the weight of leaving her own newborn daughter behind. The connection between these two broken souls runs deeper than anyone realized, rooted in that innocent moment when Gi-hun's daughter followed the bunny mascot into the dressing room. The escape sequence is pure adrenaline, as Noel disguises Gi-hun in a soldier outfit and they fight their way out of the facility. But freedom comes with devastating consequences when they receive that bone-chilling message on the boat. The ultimatum is crystal clear. Return to the island with Player 246 or his daughter dies. The guards have done their homework, tracking down every piece of information about Gi-hun's life, including the exact hospital where his little girl is receiving treatment. Noel makes an impossible choice, sending Gi-hun away while she returns to face certain doom. What happens next showcases the absolute brutality and sacrifice that defines this series. Noel storms back into the building with one mission: completely erase Player 246 from existence. She forces the masked officer to delete every digital record, every trace of Gi-hun's participation in the games. But deleting computer files isn't enough. There's still a physical archive in the captain's restricted office, and getting to it means fighting to the death. The battle that follows is visceral and desperate, ending with Noel standing over the captain's body, knowing she's signed her own death warrant to protect a man who doesn't even remember who she really is. Meanwhile, Gi-hun is running for his life as other guards hunt him down across the island. Just when it seems like his escape was all for nothing, Detective Hwang Dong-hyuk appears like an action movie hero, saving him in the nick of time. This isn't just a rescue. It's the moment when the outside world finally gets concrete information about the game's location. Gyeongsak becomes the key witness who can lead authorities directly to the island, transforming from victim to the person who might finally bring down the entire operation. The time jump to 6 months later hits like an emotional freight train. Gyeongsak is back at his old job at the amusement park, sketching portraits in his spare time. But there's something haunting about the drawing he's working on. It's Noel's face, even though he can't quite remember where he knows her from. The trauma has fragmented his memories, leaving him with pieces of a puzzle he can't quite solve. Then his daughter runs up to him, healthy and vibrant, cancer-free and full of life. The treatment worked, his sacrifice paid off, and the nightmare is finally over. But the show isn't done destroying our emotions yet. Noel appears one final time, approaching the little girl who once followed her into that dressing room so many months ago. She hands over a lollipop, the same gesture that started this entire connection, and walks away without revealing her identity. It's a moment that's simultaneously beautiful and heartbreaking, showing how love and sacrifice can exist without recognition or reward. Gyeongsak watches this interaction with a flicker of recognition, his subconscious mind trying to piece together fragments of memory he can't quite grasp. This story represents everything that makes Squid Game so compelling, the way ordinary people are forced into extraordinary circumstances and the lengths they'll go to protect the ones they love. Player 246's journey from desperate father to fake corpse to survivor shows how the games corrupt everything they touch, but also how human connection can transcend even the most brutal circumstances. Noel's sacrifice proves that sometimes the greatest acts of love are the ones that go completely unrecognized. The revelation that Player 246 survived changes everything we thought we knew about the rebellion's failure, and sets up massive implications for how the series might continue. His testimony could be the key to finally shutting down the games permanently, while his relationship with Noel adds layers of complexity to the moral landscape of the show. Season 3 proves that in the world of Squid Game, death isn't always what it seems, and the most powerful victories often come from the shadows. Disclaimer: this analysis contains major spoilers for Squid Game Season 3 and discusses speculative elements based on available information about the series' plot developments.